Hey guys, so I'm back for the second video to show you guys how to do oil massage. So I took some oil that I actually order from Joyful Belly. It's just a great resource for Ayurvedic recipes and Ayurvedic products. So I got a kapha pacifying oil because that's usually what I'm trying to pacify. This is like almond oil and sesame oil mixed with different herbs and different essential oils. I added On Guard from doTERRA just because I could use the immune support right now. But oil massage is amazing if you have dry skin, if you have frazzled nerves, if you feel a lot of anxiousness, and like I said, dry skin. There's one more thing that I'm thinking of. Cracking joints. If you have cracking joints, if you do this consistently 3 or 4 times a week over a month, you will start to see a difference because it seeps in. Anything that you put on your skin gets digested into your body. So go ahead and get started. What I did to heat up this is I took a pot of water and I put the bowl in the pot of water just where it's kind of floating there, and I turned on the stove. I let it heat up. I added the oil so that the bowl is warm now and the oil is warmed. So most mornings when I do this, I do it, it takes about as long as it took me to dry brush in the previous video. I don't do it very thoroughly, but about once a week I like to sit down and take 15-20 minutes to really massage and show my body some love. So again, we're using the same strokes as we did before in the dry brushing. You just kind of rub it into your hands. And just start massaging upward. So you're doing long sweeping strokes. So today, just for demonstrative purposes, I'm probably going to do one of each limb just to show you. I'll show you how to do the belly and the chest and the neck. And it really takes some time and massage your feet here too. There's no like specific strokes that I'm going to give. Just show your feet some love. Maybe even like play with separating your toes a little bit and just opening up the channels there. So again, we're going to do circular strokes on the knees. And coming up to the thighs, we're going to take long strokes. Again, don't be afraid to spend a lot of time here, really working this oil in. So there's one leg, and now I'm going to show you how to do the belly, or just your torso, I guess. So the same thing I did before, where I'm taking the oil, starting at my back, and I'm moving it forward. I'm like oiling up to my stomach and just working that oil in. Once I get here, I'm going to take more of a clockwise movement, moving up towards my chest. So I start at the top left, working my way down and all the way up to my chest. Again, once when you start doing the arms, I can just do both arms. I like to start at my neck, and again, I'm moving my strokes downward. So I'm starting here, moving strokes towards my elbows, doing circular movements. all the way up to your shoulders, and then do that circular movement there. So I'm just going to talk while we're still doing this. So I'm sure that I look pretty oily right now. Usually by the time that I'm done doing this through the week, I'm really not this oily. It's just because I'm trying to show you guys, and also when you do the more extended deep massage version, there will be more oil. So when you're doing this, if you notice that you're using so much massage or if you're using so much oil just throughout the week when you're doing your 2 or 3 minute thing, that it's getting onto your clothes, you're probably using too much oil. So just kind of reduce, think of it almost as lotion. And if you can, switch out your lotion for a high quality oil. So coconut oil is going to be energetically cooling. I don't like to use coconut oil during the winter. Sesame oil is going to be energetically heating. So sesame oil is thick and amazing. Untoasted sesame oil, it needs to be untoasted. It feels like you're wearing a sweater. It really insulates your skin and keeps the heat in. So you can do a little experiment where you heat up boiling water, or pour boiling water into a coffee mug, and then put a thin layer of, just put some butter in the top of it, and you'll see that the steam stops rising to the top because the oil is coating the entire surface of the water, so it can't really be released. And that same thing is happening in your body when you do this. So you're kind of sealing in that moisture. It seeps through all the tissues, and it's really great if you're trying to cultivate some loving, just an attitude of love towards your body. Like, so many of us are just really hard on our bodies, unhappy with the way that we look, unhappy with the shape of our bodies or whatever. But like I've said before, in Sanskrit, the same word for love is, the word for love is the same word for oil, so sneha. And that's pretty powerful because you are physically showing your body love here when you oil your body. There are lots of other oil practices. You can internally oleate. You can drink ghee in your teas. That's more of like a cleansing practice. But think of, like I was saying before, like think of the leaves outside. They're getting dried out. They're crusty. That same type of thing is happening to your body. Ways that you know if you need this. If you have cracking joints, if your skin is dry, if you feel like you have lymphatic stagnation, and if you feel like you're really have lymphatic stagnation, I'd stick with the dry brushing instead of the oil massage at first. And if you are constipated, if you're having tiny bowel movements each day, if you're only going a couple of days a week, if you have kind of pebbly stools, very dark stools that are hard to pass, then consider adding more oil to your diet in the sense of adding more fats. So coconut oil, ghee, which is just clarified butter, coconut butter. Lots of nut butters are really good for, it's just an easy way to add that in, but make sure you're eating it in a way that digests well and you're not overdoing it, because it can kind of clog up your system. Okay, well that is it for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope you can take some time this weekend and do this. So yeah, have a great Saturday, and let me know how your self massage practice goes.